Hi, everybody. My name's... Hi, insannies. I forgot to call them insannies earlier. Hi, insannies.
Insannies? Hey!
I'm
Nice
Annie Letterman.
backdrop.
This is Craig Conant.
She touched my leg.
He's got a boner.
Boner alert.
This is Meanspiration. This is my water bottle. I'm making some goals in my life. So drink a lot of water. I don't know. You probably don't watch my live feeds ever, which is okay. I forgive you for that. But he's testing my celibacy, by the way. I'm just saying that. He's been testing me.
I'm just sitting here. I don't know what she's talking about.
I mean, there was a whole thing earlier, but whatever. He's farting on me.
How's that for
really
celibacy?
Hard.
You want this?
I mean, probably like fart pheromones are a thing.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what.
Now, if you don't know who Craig Conant is, he worked at Trader Joe's. He farted his way out of that job. He's a fart comic. Someone asked, that was one of the questions. Someone said, when did he decide to become a fart comic?
I have other jokes. But yeah, it's predominantly fart and poop based. I ain't gonna front. It's a lot of poop.
And this podcast is sponsored by shit, so...
Wow. Pink shit.
Oh.
That's hard shit.
Yeah, this is not real shit. I did
Petrified shit. What is that? Tootsie Rolls with a bit of nuts?
it's and with nuts. That's so funny. Put nuts in it to really commit.
Yeah.
No, it's a power bar.
It's a Mars bar.
But it was from I did a Instagram thing. I don't know. For the people who stan Annie know what I'm talking about. You saw my thing.
Oh, how's our mic levels? It's good. It's good, yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
how's our fart levels? That's good.
This is what I'm going to tell you about the water. I get water delivered from
Mountain Valley
in glass. Pretty cool.
Sounds
and so
expensive.
they bring
Living
these giant
beyond your
things.
means.
Listen. If I don't pay rent, I'm killing it. And my landlord leaned in for a kiss, so he gets his rent when I decide, and it's usually the month after. But but then they deliver it once a month, and sometimes I don't drink all of it. So then there was one live stream where I was just like up late. I had like half of a thing to drink, so I was just up just drinking the water so they could come.
Take the glass bottle.
Yeah, because of the,
I wanted to do the glass, but it was expensive, so I went with Arrowhead.
How much is it? It's not that much.
I don't know.
I don't know either. It
You
just
pay
comes out of
for
it's just direct deposit.
Oh.
Lord knows.
It's
My
probably-
outfit was cooler in the other one.
I agree.
But I wanted a wardrobe change.
Why?
Because it was gonna be two separate episodes.
You could just say it was recorded the same day.
No, my people need to see a new look.
I recorded in the same clothes all the
Yeah,
time.
you're a fart comic. Nobody's expecting
Very
you to
handsome one at that.
Listen. You fart for a living.
Yeah.
You fart for a living.
Isn't
Are you
that-
trying to squeeze one out right now?
No.
Craig lives in my old apartment.
I do. Thank you very much, Annie.
He stole my
You got me a
apartment.
great. I did not. You left it for a man.
I left it for a rollerblader, and shockingly, that didn't work out. And then I tried to get the fucking apartment back, and I didn't get it back.
Yeah, no, it's mine. It's mine. It's mine. I'm just trying to live my best life.
Well,
Yeah.
your best life involves no kitchen.
But my best life involves $607 a month
Is
rent.
it still $670?
Yeah.
They didn't
No,
up
it
the
went
price.
up. It went up.
What is it, $800 now?
No, like $770.
He pays
Rip off.
$770 rent to live alone.
Rip off Melrose Avenue.
I pay $16 here to live alone.
And you have roommates.
No, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any fucking roommates. Yeah, you know who my roommate is?
The
That
water
fake
jug.
shit. The water jug. I got a couple swords. You can have one.
I love knives. These are fake.
Oh, also, if you guys ever want to send me weapons or anything, send them to the Comedy Store. Google the address. Someone said they wanted to send me brass knuckles, and that's fucking exciting.
That's badass. I
My
got
other
arrested
outfit was
with
so
brass
good.
knuckles.
You did?
once. Yes.
What'd you do?
I stuffed them in my nutsack right here because my buddy was on probation and they were his. And then they searched me. And I went to jail. I was like,
And
this
now you're
ain't that
both on
some shit.
probation.
Now we're
And
both
then-
on probation.
And then the cops came and he put them in his ball sack because you were on probation, and then he got put back on probation.
Charges
And the
dropped.
vicious cycle continues.
Don't take shit for your homies. It ain't worth it. He still owes me 2 G's.
It is fucking weird because
It's been 15 years. I ain't getting it.
I'm too old for this shit now. Like now I'm like, yo, if you did something wrong, you gotta.
That's your shit.
Dude. That's your problem.
When you're a kid, you want to help your friend.
You want to help your friend. It's the most fucked up thing to do. It's like
so stupid.
Yeah, that bitch shoplifted. I didn't. Anyway, did you ever get caught shoplifting when you were a kid?
Of course.
I got handcuffed to the bench.
No, they just humiliated me in front of my mother, as well as my mother humiliated me in front of everyone at the grocery store. I was little. I was like 11 or 10 or 12 or whatever
and now,
the fuck I was.
Did you, when you were in the grocery store, you're like, I'm gonna have a future in grocerying?
No, actually, my buddy in high school worked at a grocery store. He's like, dude, it's union. They pay a good wage. You'll be maxed out by your 19. I was like, fuck off. I didn't work there until I exhausted all of my options and had tried everything under
drug
the
dealing,
sun.
Sucking dick for fun.
Everything was true except for the for fun part.
You don't like to just gobble a cock every once in a while?
Nah, I'm more in the
Have you ever tried?
I've never tried.
You're very straight. But I feel like there's a range.
I never had sex with a guy or have been attracted to a guy. But if I was on Molly or meth, and a guy could definitely take advantage of me, and I would just wake up with a little regret, like, oh man, he got me, you know? He got me.
I've never done meth on purpose. I think I might have done it. What does it make you feel like?
Good. It's really bad, because it's like Coke, but 10 times better, so don't do it. Because
Really?
it lasts for fucking
Why is it
a
so
day.
white trash?
It just has a stigma to it, as it should, because you stay up for 3, 4, 5 days and then hallucinate and do weird shit.
Is that where this haircut came from? This was a meth?
No, this is stoner shit since high school.
This is CBD, man.
CBDBs.
Now, you do eat CBD like it's a real drug.
I love CBD. Oh my God.
Do you think it's an addiction?
Absolutely, for sure. 100%. I love the ritual of it. I love that it tastes like marijuana, because I smoked weed for like 17 years. You know?
Do you smoke the CBD weed? That's
I
great.
haven't yet.
It works really fast.
I know. I really want to try it.
The flower, I don't do any of that shit no more. I don't have
None?
any. All I do is I do no drugs except Special K, ayahuasca, DMT, mushrooms, acid.
I mean, you can't say that sentence.
Hallucinogens. They expand your mind.
I'm down and whatever makes you a better person, but you can't say like, I don't do drugs and then list like 6 drugs.
I do drugs that enhance your life and experience. Molly does not help you.
I beg to differ.
Molly takes from your brain and doesn't give it back.
Yeah, you're right on
Mushrooms, you learn, you dive in.
Mushrooms, every time I did it, made me want to get sober afterwards. It's like, all right, I'm done with that bullshit lifestyle.
Well,
and then I would immediately get high. As I was coming down from Oxycontin, cocaine, whatever was handy, but I was a big pill head. I loved the pills.
Those are such different drugs.
Yeah, I like both of them. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. A lot of people died that way.
What's your best Halloween costume you've ever had?
I'm not big.
You never had one?
I was a clown as a kid for like 9 years straight, 'cause I don't like change.
What was the clown costume like?
My dad painted my face, and I wore a little striped polka dotted doohickey.
And then that was it?
Yeah. I literally wore it until it went up my fucking ball sack, and I was too long for it, and it hurt and gave me a wedgie.
And then you're like, Halloween's done. Once your balls come into it, Halloween's over.
Yeah.
You can't go trick-or-treating when your balls are getting Melvined, like.
Yeah. It was over at, what, like 12, 13, middle school? It was over.
That's when we just started becoming sluts. That's like, girls can like prolong it because you get to be hoes. I have a theory that guys like to dress up like girls, and you're all a little bit cross-dressers and you like to wear makeup. So guys will do these things like, oh, I'm a girl for Halloween, or I'm like a rocker or something that always like, there's some sort of eyeliner involved, and like, oh, I can't wash my face. And then they just have like eyeliner on for like 2 weeks.
I never did that. My sisters dressed me up as a girl one time.
And then they never undressed you?
And here I am. No, I was indifferent to it. I remember they took pictures of me and my buddies dressed up, and my buddies were mortified and like ripped up the pictures, and I was like, who cares?
Fucking let your fucking...
Who cares, dude?
Show your fake tits.
Clits out.
Clits out. Big clit
Or
energy.
Harambe.
So I was 3rd grade. I was Friar Tuck.
What's a good one?
I got one of those wigs with the bald spot in the back. That's so funny. My mom
I was Pineapple Express for like 5 years in a row because it's the easiest costume in the world.
So what did you wear?
Just the t-shirt. I ordered it online with pajama pants and a bandana and a doobie.
And a doobie.
Lots of doobies. Lots of joints. I was that so many years where people were like, again? Because I'm just lazy. It's comfortable.
Well, here I came up with a lazy one. That's the goal, is the funniest, most creative, lazy costume.
Mm-hmm.
I was the girl who fell asleep first at the party, and I drew dicks on my face, and then people would draw more dicks on my face. So by the end of the night, I had like tons of dicks on my face. Easiest costume. I was the Hanson brothers, so I printed out the younger and the older one, and I put them on popsicle sticks, and I would just carry them around.
I like the dick face one.
Yeah,
that's
Don't
a good
judge
one.
My Hanson.
Oh, Hanson. I thought you said handsome, and I didn't understand it.
I was handsome for Halloween.
That makes more sense. Hanson.
I was the middle Hanson brother. Then this is my future. I have a plan of being Nicolas Cage's character in what's his name in Con Air. It's easy. You just
Steve Buscemi?
No, I just can't remember what his character's name was. I forgot.
Con Air? You mean Raising Arizona?
No, Con Air.
He has
the
a
movie
brother?
Con Air. No. Him.
Oh.
I can't remember his name.
Lieutenant
His characters.
Cameron Poe.
Cameron Poe, that's right.
That's a
Cameron
good
Poe.
name.
And then,
Cameron
so I would just
Poe.
put my hair like into a mullet, and I would give myself like 5 o'clock shadow or just grow it out. And then I would put a white beard, duct tape a little bit. I don't have to duct tape a lot. Let's be
Remember
real.
how big of a hit that movie was?
It's the best movie. Have you watched it recently? It's
No.
excellent. It's a great movie. Dave Chappelle's in it.
John Cusack.
It's so good. Instead of duct taping, I probably just need a little scotch tape. Just scotch tape my tits down, and then I would put like, I would have to have one of my friends be like the bloody bunny bear that he was gonna give bunny bear.
Bunny.
That he was gonna give his daughter. You don't remember the movie? It's a great
I
movie.
do. I'm trying to. I saw it in theaters.
Sorry to hurry you.
No.
All right. I'm team cocky. Are you cocky?
No.
Okay. Moving on. Wayne Dyer. Did
He's
you really see him speak?
I saw him speak in Culver City, yes.
What
Dr.
year?
Wayne Dyer. This, I don't know, must have been a decade ago.
Okay, so Wayne Dyer, if you guys don't know who he is, he was a guy who talked about intention. He has a book called The Power of Intention. He's got a bunch of books.
Meditation, healing.
Meditation, healing.
You can heal your life type shit.
Believing it's like The Secret, but like actually moving forward. So I've been listening to his book, and then someone's like, "Oh, he died." I'm like, "Oh no, he died." So then I was listening to an episode of Oprah with him before he died.
Yeah,
for a
he's the man.
podcast.
Check him
and
out.
he was like, "Well, I have leukemia, but I got it cured by this doctor who just does a surgery on you with his brain. You don't have to be there. He just thinks about it and he heals you." And he's like, "I'm healed. I'm not getting the tests to see if I still have leukemia because I know I don't have it." But then he died.
Yeah, but he died of
But it was like 5 years ago.
sickle cell.
But they said he died of a heart thing. His family.
Oh, really?
died.
Okay.
But
That's badass then.
we hope that's the truth, and we hope that's not the family. But also,
Heart
does it
attack.
matter? Does it matter? If you think you don't have leukemia and then you just drop dead, you're not living your life like I'm sick and dying.
Yeah, and it was 5 years later.
5 years later.
Ooh. No, he's a badass, and I saw him speak live as well as I watched him on PBS, Public Access, and then he
Public
he-
ass.
I have it handwritten down, and I made a bunch of Xerox copies of it too, and I kept pausing it and writing it down because he came up with, he had everybody email him or mail him in excuses, and he consolidated all the hundreds of excuses to 18 like fundamental excuses, and he had rebuttals and affirmations for them. Like if you ever say like I don't have enough money or I'm not strong enough, I don't remember any of them, but I have them Xerox copy in my desk.
Remember Xerox?
Yeah.
That was
Like if you
fun.
said you were broke, he'd be like, instead of saying I'm broke, say I'm connected to an abundance.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
just
connected to
just switch your thought instead of being a sad Sally little bitch ass
I
fuck face. Say
believe in it.
I'm the man. I'm gonna change my life.
Every morning
Or
I do
woman.
every morning I go to a meditation class.
Yeah.
I go there because I'm fucking ADD and it's hard for me to meditate on my own. But you don't have to go to a class. But I go to a class, an intentions class, and I just sit there and fucking, I just imagine this life that I want to have. And there's a specific house that I see myself in that I've never seen in my life that comes into my thing. And I'm like, there's no way I don't get that house. Where did it come from? Dude, Wayne Dyer fucking.
Thanks,
Wayne
Wayne.
Aliver.
Thanks,
Because he's
Wayne.
fucking alive in our hearts. But I have this like, I can see it. It's like these French doors out into a yard. And there's like a view of the hills. Because I don't think I'm going to be a beach house bitch. I think it's view of the hills. I think I'm a hills girl.
I'm a beach house bitch.
View of the hills for sure. You seem like a beach boy. View of the hills. There's a pool, infinity pool. Okay. And then sometimes I see kids running around and I go, oh, before I was celibate, the first image was me getting railed up against there's it's like white sheets, nice. And then there's a bookshelf and I'm getting rammed by like a fucking ripped, like Hawkeye. There's no face, just like faceless hottie. And then, but I don't think
Faceless
that anymore because
father.
now so anyway. So then, and then outside, and then sometimes there's kids playing. And then every once in a while I go, I'm in the thing. There's no kids. I'm like, no. And then
You
there's
could
no kids.
be a babysitter.
That's so sad. I just end up babysitting. I'm like fucking I'm the nanny that's fucking the rich hot dad. But so then, and then in the meditation, it's like after that, like the kids are taken care of or they're not there or they disappear. And then I go into my office. It's like a really nice office. It's well lit. And I'm just like writing a book and writing jokes. And then I have visions of myself like on a theater with like standing ovations and shit. I'm like, boom.
I have a little vision board behind my door. It's nice.
What's on
It's
it?
pretty funny. Just cut and paste Photoshop shit of me, like on Rogan, but it was Zach and a little Fanakis, and I just glued my face.
Dude,
on it.
I did that. I did that with Tom Segura. I
Yeah.
put myself on it. That's what I was just gonna
And
print all
it's
these out
funny.
and put them on a board. Yeah, that's funny.
It looks really
I'm
funny.
not stealing your idea. I literally was already doing it.
Yeah.
Just heads up.
Well, it's not stealing. That's just common sense.
What if I just put my face on top of all the ones that you did? What if I made an exact?
You just
vision
stole
board?
my vision board and glued your face on it. It's all the
But
same goals. It's
You
just,
can glue your face on top of my face because I already did Rogan.
I know, that's
Team
badass.
cocky. Team cocky.
That's fantastic.
My friend Bonnie McFarlane and I were talking about that, about Team Cocky. I did ayahuasca and I thought about like all of our friends who are so cocky, and I was like, I like it. Like it's looked down upon to be cocky, but it's funny.
Well, it depends how cocky you are. If you're cocky and you're joking, it's funny and it's the best. But if you're cocky and you're an actual
shitty to
arrogant
people.
piece of shit, then you fucking I
Yeah,
hope
but
you get
you
hit
know
by a
the
bus.
difference. There's no comedy in that. It doesn't
Yeah.
make laughs. It
Yeah.
doesn't make laughs. But it's like I'm like, rise up. Everyone's got nice shoes and shit. I'm like, wear nice shoes. Wear good sneakers, everybody. This is fun.
I need some new Vans.
Do you just repeat the same shoes every time?
Yes. That's it.
When do you know it's time?
It's time. They
Do they
get
smell
dirty.
bad?
No.
We
stink.
talked about this on your podcast, but you definitely look like you have smelly feet, but you don't.
I don't stink. I don't sweat. I don't know.
Do you wear cologne?
No.
What was that smell the other day?
I put on lotion.
You smelled like something, and I enjoyed
I
it.
put on lotion.
You called me out. You said it was pheromones.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
happened to me before with people that are so disgusting, where I'm like, oh my God, what's cologne are you wearing? And they're like, I'm not wearing cologne. I'm like, oh no. Nature wants me to have a kid with you. Get away from me. Like, really disgusting, like open micers from New York where I'm like, gah! Never hugging you again. It's like my fate is to have a fucking baby with this dildo. All right. I already talked about this. My mom's vibrator. Oh, did you ever have like songs with your girlfriends?
Yeah, but I forgot them.
Every time I had a song with someone, it was like the fucking sword in the fucking coffin. Just like, you're fucking done.
I don't remember. Like, once they're gone, it's like I don't remember their birthday. I don't remember shit.
That's good. Well,
It's fucked up. I
don't think it's fucked up. I don't think it's fucked up at all. I think I used to cling to all my exes. I would be like, for years and it was such a weird defense mechanism and a procrastination and a way to stay emotionally unavailable in the present. And I would just like idolize these exes. And it's like, I don't fucking give a shit about any of them anymore. I don't give a shit about fucking any of them. I hope they're well, like love and light, motherfucker. But I don't give a shit. I like hooked up with an ex I had an ex in college who I never had slept with freshman year. And so then like 15 years later, I was like, I'm gonna go to fucking New Mexico and bang the shit out of this guy because I never banged him. And he had been like the ex that I like held on this pedestal, and then we fucked, and he was like kind of ghosted me the next day. I was like shitty, and I was like, oh fuck you, but it was good. I like fucked him out of my system, and then I realized like I was clinging to all these things for no reason. And now fuck all those people.
I always feel guilty.
What?
Like I could have tried harder or done something to make it work. I always feel like it's my fault.
Just be someone else.
I know, but it doesn't matter. Like, even if I know we were not going to work out and this and that, and we're opposites or speak different languages, it's just like, I always am like, maybe if I did this, I don't know what that is.
Well, do they leave screaming and mad at you?
Sometimes.
How do your relationships end? I mean, I know
they used to explode in a big fire, and now it's been like adult shit. Like, this isn't working. I know. And then we just cry, and we're like, fuck.
Yeah. Do you cry in front of girls a lot?
No, never. I mean, if we're breaking up, yeah, but that's about it.
Save it for the breakup. I've had some criers. I dated this guy who had 2 moms, lesbian moms, so it was like double mommy issues.
Oh, I cried, but that was like deaths and shit, you know, it doesn't count.
Yeah, no, that's the real deal. But he used to cry a lot. Like, you cry when we were fucking. I'm like,
whoa, what?
It's just so much to put on me. It's like,
Who
it's like
fucking cries during sex?
It's so bad. He was so like moved by it. I'm like, no, honey.
Oh,
No.
No, are you sure
you gotta be a man.
Sure he wasn't on Molly?
He wasn't on Molly. Also, I've had a problem where, and then I used to go like rebang him like every 5 years. I just can't do it anymore. Like, it's a wrap. I just can't. I went to bang him like again, like last year, and it was just like, what am I doing? Bad energy. Negative old energy, and like he couldn't get it out. He was like, there was so much like I don't know, he just was like, he's like, it's just so emotional. I'm like, it's not emotional. It's not emotional. I dated you when I was 21 years old. Like, we're fine. It's been 15 years.
He was crying and also couldn't get it.
Yes, so sensitive. It's like so annoying.
Why are you still going back? The old cry,
He's so
crying
handsome.
limp. Oh, okay.
He's so, and then I'll see pictures. I'm like, God, he's so hot. And then I'll see him and I'm like, I remember texting my friend and being like, I'm going to see homeboy again. And she's like, Andy, he cries when you fuck. Like, what are you doing? I was like, oh yeah. And I was like driving and we're like, oh, I forgot. I always forget.
That's not something you forget.
Hey, there have just been other dudes in between. I didn't remember. It's every 5 years.
I only had one girl cry during sex, and I was like, you want me to stop? And she's like, no. And I was like, this is so weird. It was so weird.
I think I'm allowed to cry.
But then she came, and I was like, what is happening?
I'm allowed to cry. You guys aren't allowed to cry.
Why?
Sometimes it's so good.
Was it?
My ex-boyfriend, last ex-boyfriend. Listen, my last ex-boyfriend, I love him so much. Like, we're not together anymore. We'll never be together anymore. I will always like love him and stuff, but I loved him like in a different way. Like, I had like you know when you like in your heart like burns. You know what I'm talking about? That one. You can't like go out because everything hurts. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
He's the only one I ever had that for. So when we would fuck, it was like really kind of like a whole thing. So it was kind of. I feel like he might have cried too, but it's all right. He's very masculine, so it was all right. This other one, it's like, oh, do you want me to get my twin brother over here? You sure you don't want to bang my twin brother? He looks like me.
You have a twin brother?
Yeah. Max.
I've never met him.
He doesn't visit me. He's busy. He's in sports TV. He won an Emmy. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
It's just cool that we both, like, nobody was in entertainment in our family. And we both, the twins, like, became TV twins.
Yeah, nobody has ever been entertainment in my family besides me.
It's like, what happened to us?
I don't know. Because
so
everyone in my family is an entertainer. They're fucking hilarious. Just farters, Mexicans.
My dad definitely could have been a comedian.
My sister's so funny. My cousins, too. My mom, she's so funny.
My mom tries very hard. She has moments. But a lot of times she's like annoying. She tries so hard. It's like, Mom. My dad's just so funny that she can't compete with him.
My dad's super sarcastic, but it works. Like deadpan dry, just like.
My dad's like so quick. Like he'll do like, I feel like we're having a dad off. My dad's But my dad, I've posted some stuff he sent, but we were just walking by his Zales once. And he goes, oh, honey, did you want something? And I was like, yeah, I want a diamond. He goes, sorry, honey, no hymen, no diamond. He just like closed the door. Like he just does stuff like that all the time. He was like, I was like, Dad, I don't have health insurance, but I think I had like, it might have been when I had crabs, honestly. Something, like there was something like fucked up in my nethers. And my dad's like, honey, we go to the doctor. If it's between the eyes or between the thighs, we go to the doctor. Like he just always has
That's
like,
a good one. I like it.
He just has like good, fast jokes all the time.
Yeah, my Mexican side was very hilarious. My grandpa, they lived in the projects and they were embarrassed for living in the projects. So like at the store, he would dance and be like, we live in the project whenever they were in front of their friends and shit. And my mom, same shit. She's just funny. I can't even explain it. You just laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, I just said this on my podcast, but not here. So I'd make fun of her big booty and her farts up her girdle and shit. Yeah. And I did that joke with her in the audience. And then I said, my mom's here, everybody, give it up for her. And they gave it up. And then she stood up and turned around and made her ass clap to a sold-out main room. Funny. And it burned the goddamn place down. Like everyone was like, ah! Like she killed harder than anyone that night.
That's my mom's dream. My mom's always heckling. I'm like having to get her removed from shows. I'm like, Mom.
Why is it always people you know?
It's just it's like you already got here. This is also the other thing. And this is for you guys at home. Fuck you. We're not in charge of your parking, okay? You give them free tickets. And where do I park? What do I do? You guys, handle it. You're getting free tickets.
Go to the show. Sit down, shut the fuck up, and enjoy it.
Don't try to get glory for knowing us.
Every time, dude. Where do I park? How much does it cost? Do they validate? Where do I enter?
Get me? How about
this?
Can you walk me? Skip the line if I fucking wait in the line. You're getting free tickets.
And it's always like right before your set, and then they're always late, and it's always family. I was like, I fucking told you, I'm first. I'm hosting. If you're late, you miss me. She's different. She don't host no more, but I host all the time. And I lay out all the information, and they still fuck it up, and they're texting you till the moment you grab the mic, and you're like, this isn't easy. This is hard to do.
I try to record my set. Oh, it got fucking interrupted because my mom's texting me. Where are you, bitch?
Yeah. I know we're not surgeons, but would you like bug your husband or wife that's a surgeon right before surgery if they're going to do some gnarly shit? I'm going to sew this girl's arm back on. Oh, hey, where do I park? Honey, where are you? When are you off? What time do you start surgery? What? Just go to the fucking show.
I've talked about this before, but my mom once, and this was like, I've never been so mad at a person in my life. I was headlining in Philly, and I get nervous to perform back home because it's like I had not a good time back home. I did not have a good time. I'm like, I don't know who's going to show up and shit. Like there's people I do not like. My mom, first of all, will bring them. She'll bring like weird predators from my childhood. I'm like, why are you bringing this person that was like gross? She's probably like therapist who used to talk to me about dicks. I'm like, he's so gross, Mom. He used to talk to me about dicks. Like, get him out of here. Like when I'm saying I'm nervous about the people showing up at the show, he's one of them and you brought him. Like she's like dodo brain. And then she'll like, one time it was Christmas and she threw a present on stage. And I'm not even doing well yet. I was so nervous. I was like kind of like bombing a little. Like I was just like, I had to get my bearings. I was like so nervous. She goes, hey, and throws a present on stage. So then I had to like, and nobody knows her.
That's next level heckling. Well, like I never even heard. So yeah, I got a hit with a Louis Vuitton purse.
It was this hand. So then I open it and it says hand. So now I have to explain like, all right, my name's Annie. That's my mom. My mom works at an eBay drop-off store. Nurses gave her these like weird arms that look real.
And she decided during my hour was a good time to throw this at me.
It was like 10 minutes in. I bombed the entire show because I didn't kick her out. I should have been like, you have to leave. But it's like, I didn't want to be mean to my mom, you know?
That's so crazy.
So it was such a weird thing. And we've worked through it. But it was like, I remember going to her, I go, if this were to work out, because it bombed, it wasn't good. It was like, everyone was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And I was so upset that she did it. Like I had just told her I was trying to get through all my jokes and not do too much crowd work or anything and just focus. And she fucking threw a fucking thing out.
Jesus Christ.
But anyway, so then she, I forgot what I was going to say.
No, that's that. My dad heckled me at a bar show one time. I was bombing and he's like, say something funny, son. And it actually saved my set is the worst part. I was like, I am, Dad. I'm fucking... And then it recouped, thank God. But I was bombing. But it was also like my fourth time doing it. And I was hosting at a rowdy bar. It's like, What made me think that was a good idea?
I used to bring my parents, and this was not really their fault because I had a show that I ran in Brooklyn called Pirate Party at this place, Red Star Bar, that doesn't exist anymore, but I would pack it out and like, it was great. I really did a good job of that. I'm proud of my work there. But I pack it out and it was a loud situation. It was just a loud bar. So the acoustics were weird. So you had to have like specific comics on or whatever. It was my birthday shot. My parents come up and I picked out like 10 guys from the audience and brought them up. And then my parents asked them questions and they decided who I was going to go home with. So I would just do stuff like, I mean, I wasn't real. I didn't go home with the guy. Then I had to avoid him for the rest of the night. I was like, it was a bit, leave me alone. But I would bring them on stage and stuff. So I've included them and stuff, but my mom didn't realize like, I have to ask you. Like this is my show. And that's what I said to her. This is what I forgot. I was like, well, if that had worked, if that hadn't bombed, how would it have looked? Like run it through to the end. And she's like, everyone had been laughing. I'm like, where would they be looking? She's like, at me. I'm like, why would that be okay? It's my show. Why is it okay that their heads are turned away from the stage looking at you? And she's like, oh, you're right. She apologized. And she's like, yeah, I guess a lot of it's the exciting, the limelight, and I want to share it with you. And it's like, well, yeah, I can't, bitch. Yeah, I can't.
It's just, they're just non-comics and they have no fucking clue. And they're all, what about this one? You get this one? Hey, I know my sister-in-law's nephew tried stand-up once in Albuquerque. Do you know him? And you're like, no.
How about this?
I don't.
Text messages from my mom's friend going, hey, my nephew's a DJ in Ireland. He wants to make it big in the United States. Will you get him an agent? I would like to make it big in the United States. Wow, I would like to make it big in Ireland.
I would like an agent.
What is a DJ? I've never met a DJ in my life. Why would my comedy agent want to deal with a DJ? What the fuck are you talking about? My agent barely talks to me. Why am I like, oh yes, let me get my agent that barely works for me to then go work for a fucking DJ. What are you talking about?
They're insane.
He would love to make it. And then I just kept ghosting her, which is my gift, right? The Lord gave me ghosting. Why? I'm busy, bitch. You don't know what my life is. If you think I have all this power in Hollywood where I can make your nephew a star, then, you know. And I love this woman. She's my mom's friend. I used to babysit her kids. Like, she's cool, but it's like, you're delusional and like, let me. And then she goes, is this still your number? She's calling me, leave me alone, dude. And then I just go, that's not what I can do. And then she never wrote back. It wasn't like, thank you for your time or anything like.
No.
It's just like, what do you think this is?
Yeah.
Also, can I borrow some money, bitch?
I mean, this joke's been done a million times by comics, but it's still always funny because it's so true. But like anybody was like, why don't you do movies? Or to me, they're like, why don't you do I get hit up like, why don't you get on Rogan? And I'm like, yeah, no shit, you fucking asshole. Yeah, you don't think I want? What do you think that's how it is? Like, hey, Rogan, I'm next. It doesn't work that way, you dumb fuck.
I said Rogan. Oh man, no, yeah, right. You got to sit back. And
fucking 8 years in of just and then just all the time, because I believe Pauly Shore has a bit like people hit him up like, why aren't you on movies? And he's like, oh yeah, I just quit movies. I didn't want to do movies anymore. You know, I would rather perform at the Comedy Store for $50. I think he said something like that. And it's like people don't even realize how that is an insult. It's like you just make us feel bad in the moment because we haven't done it yet and we want to, and you're just reminding us.
Here's the best one.
Fahim had a really good one he did on his CISO special. I forgot how it went.
Poor thing. His special was on CISO. Poor baby.
I know.
He's
so good.
He's so fucking funny.
He did a special on CISO and then they went out of business.
CISO is like, was like you could barely see it.
Though,
it was
a
like
little bit.
Cameron Esposito was the only one watching it because she had a show on it. It's like 3 comedians had a password for it. It was like an unwatchable thing.
And they had such good comics on there too. Joey Diaz did a special on there. Oh. Laurie Kilmartin, Fahim, Cameron. That was like there was some heavy hitters, and then they just went under, and I was like, oh fuck. But you can still use the clips for, you know.
Fahim's specials on Amazon now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I think
good.
it all got moved to Amazon.
It was just so funny. I've seen people in CISO shirts, like not have my glasses on and seen CISO on their shirts, and I'm like, oh, this has to be someone I know.
Yeah.
And then they come closer. I'm like, oh, I know you.
Yeah.
There's no way it's a stranger. There's 4 people that know about CISO.
No one ever heard of it. It's sad because it was a great concept. It was like Netflix for 100% comedy and stand-up and.
But nobody wants to pay an extra.
Nobody wants to pay an extra.
I waste money on so much shit though.
And I wouldn't do it for that.
Nah. I got.
Bummer.
I think Dan
Anyways,
Silver gave me his.
not to knock Fahim. He's
But
a
anyway,
brilliant
Fahim.
comic.
Oh no, he's awesome. He's the best. But what were you saying about him? What's his joke?
Something about like where his family say like, hey, you should do movies. He goes, oh yeah, hang on, let me call Spielberg real quick. Hey Spielberg, and he does an act out with a dialogue. I fucked that bit up. He's much better at it, obviously, than me.
Wouldn't that be so sad if you were better at his bit than him?
That would never happen.
He's like crushing his bit.
I know.
I do. That would be fun to do each other's bits. There should be a show where we do each other's sets.
That
Is there
would
one
be
already?
fun.
Just to see if the jokes stand.
Yeah.
We'd have to have like a week to study each other's sets. But it would be short. Maybe you do like
I'm sure it has
set.
existed, but it's probably just homework and, comics.
Nobody wants to do shit.
Comics and homework.
Hey, I got a cork board. Listen, I stopped fingering myself and I got a cork board. And I post my little post-its up. I
have
got
a
my
cork
little
board.
thing.
Speaking of homework, you didn't even text me your address or your gate code or anything.
I can't give you my gate code.
What do you think
I
I'm
don't
gonna?
trust you.
What the fuck?
He's Mexican.
I
never give
literally
a Mexican your gate
I
code.
text her at 5:40
I was
p.m.
in-
to be on her podcast
I know,
at
I was
6
doing
p.m.
a podcast.
My
though.
point is, you could have texted me before or the day before
Here's
or yesterday
This
or
happened
the,
before where you accused
time.
me of a thing that wasn't real.
What do you mean?
You go, hey, I said what time, and then we looked at the text and you hadn't said what time.
That's not true.
It's true. It happened in the hallway at the
I know. I
corner store.
said, what time am I going to be on your podcast?
You said, why didn't you respond? And then you pulled the phone. Did you forget? The CBD's getting to your head.
I always forgot before CBD, after CBD. It doesn't matter. I forget shit. Look at me.
I miss my old outfit. I wish I was in it.
Whatever. I'm
You
sure
should
I
do a
fucked
flash
up.
of me in that
I'm
outfit.
sure I fucked up information, but
No, don't
was
be
still-
mad at me. We're friends.
I'm not mad. I'm just saying there was
You're
a lack
so
there
fucking
of
mad at me.
information.
We're gonna listen to some questions.
Oh yeah, where are my questions at? What they ask?
Where did you find them? Oh, here. Okay. All right. Lennon or McCartney?
Lennon. What
He's
the
dead.
fuck?
Listen, they kill the best ones, but sometimes people fight that. I don't really have a good answer for that. Do you play video games?
No,
Me neither, but I was in Grand Theft Auto 5. So if you do play video games,
I did
listen to me
steal
and
a
JB
car
Smooth.
once.
I stole cars. High five.
That was a weird high five, but I had the knife in my hand.
Can you imitate annoying laughs you've heard in the crowd? The worst one is comedians trying to be supportive and they go, ha!
Ugh.
The honk, the supportive honk. Like, get the fuck out of my show, okay?
Ugh.
I don't want support from comedians.
Yes, we do.
What age defines a cougar? I don't care. What do you think? What's a cougar?
38.
Oh, shit.
40. I
I'm
don't know.
not 38.
I don't care. Cougars are the best.
What's the meanest thing you ever did to somebody? That actually was on my list of things to talk about. So I'm
Oh
glad.
fuck. I don't know.
Mine's like doesn't seem mean, but then when you hear it, you're like, that's so mean.
It's too many. I don't.
This
wanna
is the
talk
one
about
that's
it.
this is the one that sticks with me. Maybe this will like bring one up for you. There was a girl named Annie Cox in my Quaker youth retreats when I was little. I was 16 or something, 15, 16. I must have been younger, 14. Quaker youth retreats. We're in Quaker meeting, which is silent, okay? You sit in silence. Our church is like you sit in silence and you feel moved to speak. You can stand up and speak. That's why when I'm bombing, I just feel closer to God. But so just silence. And so you're sitting there and I had a thumbtack and she had Nike Air Max. And I popped the bubble in her Nikes and I could just hear.
That's not that bad.
It was so mean. It was really mean. There was no like, listen, obviously I've probably done worse shit like fuck someone's boyfriend or something, but like this is like the one I think about all the time.
I broke a family up. They were happy. He was married. I stole him in the moonlight.
No, I never did. I did get in trouble once with where I had a friendship with a guy and his wife did not like it and I just stopped being friends with him. I didn't hook up with him or anything.
I don't know. My shit's like dark. I don't want to talk about it and get canceled later.
Well, okay. So we'll move on. But anyway, Annie Cox, if you're out there, I'll buy you a pair of shoes when I have more money. Craig, can I borrow some money for shoes?
No.
Okay. This is boring. Sorry.
I'll just edit out the
Where can you send me some badass stuff? To the Comedy Store. CO me. Care of me. Comedy Store. Look up the address. I don't have it memorized. Favorite comedian of all time, living or dead?
Richard Pryor.
Louis C.K. Dave Attell. And I say Louis C.K. even though he's dead.
Alive, I say, I don't know, man.
Dave Attell is like number one to me. I like how
I
like
love
his...
David Tell, but my shit is Joey Diaz or Bill Burr.
Oh yeah.
I fucking love Joey Diaz. I get so excited. I run in the room and it's like, probably Joey Diaz. I get the most excited for him on stage.
All right, have you done his podcast?
No.
Joey, I know you're watching. Have Craig on.
I love you, Joey. Uncle Joey, dude.
Are you friends with him?
A little bit.
He's so nice.
He followed me on Instagram, and it was like the happiest day of my life.
Listen, I'm about to hurt you. I'm about to burst your...
He doesn't run it?
Because he followed me too, and I went, oh my God. And then I messaged him. I was like, hey, dude. And then some guy was like, oh, just heads up, it's not Joey Diaz. But he must have told him to follow you.
You could have not told me that.
I bursted his fucking Air Max bubble. Going to a wedding. My ex is probably going to, spelled two wrong, two O's. She left me for her roommate. What's your take? Better look good, son. You better do some fucking sit-ups. Look your best. Look your best. Your life's the best. You're fucking killing it.
Don't go.
Better off without her. No, go and be amazing.
Don't go.
Okay. If you
Hide.
don't go, listen,
Hide.
if you don't go, post on your Instagram that you're doing something crazy instead.
Yeah.
Something so fun. Like,
Go to the Playboy Mansion. It's sold and doesn't exist anymore.
if you can bring a date, make sure that bitch is hot. I don't care if you pay for her, but you better pay her to fucking act like a real person and not not that prostitutes aren't real people, but you know what I mean. You gotta look you have to look so good. Because I went to my ex-boyfriend's wedding and I've never trained harder in my life. You would have thought I was doing a triathlon. I've never looked better in my life. I looked amazing. There was no part of me that was like, I can't make it to the gym. I was at the gym before it opened and it was a 24-hour fitness. You know what I mean?
That's nuts. I will never go to an ex's wedding. What? That's
She was kind of rude to the wife too, because she was like,
yeah, why? That's not net. That's not neat. That's
Do you ever have those people where they need you to be into their girlfriend to feel like their girlfriend's good? This happens with girls with me, where I've had guys like, I break up with a guy and then his girlfriend will like come at me and I'm like, I don't want him. I broke up with him. It's like they need me to make their boyfriend seem hotter. They want to think that I still care. I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Nah, I've never been caught in
That's
that
such
triangle.
that's like a girl thing, I think. But this girl, I feel like she invited me to like have like she went, I won. I was like, won what? A bald guy? Enjoy.
That's
No
so-
offense if you're bald, whatever, but I was like, I have like a whole career. I don't care. And then she was like a bitch to me once on Instagram.
Why would you go? I don't understand it.
Well, all my friends were there and stuff, and
All right.
it was like our whole college group or whatever. And I was still friends with him. It was just, he did really he broke up with me on Christmas Eve. I was supposed to go meet his family. I had like a plane ticket. I was like, I always told him he slit Santa's throat. I'm like, you killed Santa Claus.
That's pretty brutal. Hey, buddy, could you wait a couple days? Jesus
It was
Christ.
just like, he couldn't. He's like, that's how bad he had to break up with me. But then he started dating this bitch, and I helped her move out to LA from Santa Fe to live with him. It was brutal. I threw myself into the fire of it all because he was so funny. I really liked him. But the thing about it, thank God all these people everyone that's ever dumped him, like, thank you. Imagine I'm still with those fools. I'm like, fucking love my life. But I was asking where her ex-boyfriend was. I really liked her ex-boyfriend, was really cool. And she goes, he politely declined his invite. And I go, why'd you invite me if you don't want me at your fucking wedding, bitch? But anyway, she, years later, tried to say something shitty to me on Instagram. And I was like, hey, remember when you tried to do an improv class? You wish you were me, bitch. We all know it's true. It's so embarrassing to try to do comedy. Anyway. Team cocky, bitch. Well, I'll show her to you. You'll see why I'm cocky. Anyway. How often do you receive marriage proposals?
Like once a month, twice a month.
That's probably the boy version of I get them quite a bit. It's so funny too, because I'm like, what if, like, this is gonna work out for you? One guy's a car, like his profile picture is a car, and all of his pictures are a car. So I always go, he always proposes marriage. I go, dude, you're a car.
Yeah.
You're a fucking car, dude.
Yeah.
You're a fucking car.
What kind of car?
They're all different cars, but he's a car. Can I set you up with my man in LA? I'm celibate. No dick till Netflix. No nut till Netflix. And I'm going at least 8 weeks. So, no. Unless he's super hot, send me some pics. We'll see. Later. I'll open them in 8 weeks. I'm 36 and divorcing. Is it okay if I date 20-year-olds?
Yes.
I mean, I will either way. I just want an opinion. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, to find a long-term relationship, probably not wise. But
well, let her live.
Have some fun.
Let her live. Don't trap her. There was like there's this guy from Australia that was in New York on kind of a hall pass. I was in my late 20s and he was maybe 22 or 23. He was just like super hot Australian guy. I met him in a coffee shop and we ended up going to this music concert together and we just had a good vibe. And his whole deal was his girlfriend was 10 years older than him. She was in her mid 30s or she was like 33, I think, 10 years older. He was 23 and she wanted to get married and have kids. But he was this like hot musician who was just like, could be getting all this puss and stuff. And she was like, no, I want to get married. Like, you have to make a decision. So he's like...
Timing is the worst. Because he could have absolutely loved her and wanted to, but it's like, I want to go do this.
Well, he goes, I need like a month in America to figure it out. So I think it was like an unspoken hall pass. So then I was his pussy Sherpa for a week in Brooklyn. And we were like hooking up. He would come to all my shows. He was so nice, but it was like, it was cool. And if he was like flirting with a girl, you can go home with her if you want. But we just had like a fun... little hang sesh. And then he ended up messaging me years later and was like, hey, I just want to let you know I had so much fun with you and this is not like a sexual thing. Like the hang was so fun. I do want to let you know I ended up marrying her. We have a kid and all this stuff.
And now he's not a rock star. He's a father.
He's not a rock star. He's a father.
Loser.
But I remember thinking like, you got to let them live. I hooked up with a guy right before I went celibate who was 10 years younger than me. He was so hot and so cool. And I'm like, he doesn't live here, so it's fine. But I was like, you got to let him free. You got to let him live. Go live. Go have fun. He was like an athlete. Like, go fucking get athletic puss. Can't lock him down. So that's what I say.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. John Lennon, Yoko let him go on a long lost weekend that ended up lasting 2 years.
Oh, really?
She's like, go get it out of your system. Go fuck everybody. And she let him run wild for 2 years. And she even gave him like a pussy handler. She chose somebody like, don't let him get too drugged out. Here, take care of him.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, you do want that because you don't want someone to be, tempted to cheat on you or like feeling like they didn't. These are our lives. Like, this is our life. You don't want to be not living your fullest life, I think. So don't fucking date a 20-year-old, but you can hook up with a 20-year-old. But also, like,
is he happy though that he's a dad and chose that route? Because that's awesome if you are. I have to do the Hollywood shit first, but I absolutely look forward to being a dad and like just fucking having a house and a family and
I
shit.
wish I could be a dad.
You have to give birth.
It just seems so much better to be a dad.
Yeah, there's too much pressure on the mom. They gotta,
it's just you have to do so much shit. It's like
feed and sprout them out. That's a lot.
Your fucking asshole and vagina get cut into one vajasshole. And then there's dudes that literally just stop being attracted to their wives after they have kids. They're like, well, that's what that is. It really happens. It's a nature thing. It's a fucking nightmare. Like,
damn.
What if you get one of those guys and they never want to fuck you again? They're just like not into you like that. That sucks.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's a fucking thing.
That just scared me. I don't think
you
I would
wouldn't
ever.
Like that.
I was going to say.
You're a good dude. All right. When do you want babies? After I'm rich and famous, bitch.
40.
40 is the age. How old are you?
35.
Yeah. 36. It's like, I have a joke about it, but it's like I gotta have him soon or it's gonna come out really huggy. Not that that's bad, but...
My sister just had 2 healthy babies at like 39 or some shit.
Yeah. Your nieces and nephews are so cute.
She's booked 4 TV
They're
shows.
so cute. That's so insane.
4 for 4. She's 4 for 4. She's 6 months old, dude.
But listen, when she's older, you can't fucking do that when she's older.
That's awesome.
She can't be missing recess to fucking do her homework because she's got to go to an audition later. Just make sure that doesn't happen. Let her have her research.
The biz is the biz.
Please ask him about his episode on Next.
I was on MTV's dating show Next, and I won.
What'd you win? What happens when you win?
So they give you the choice. So here's the truth. I turned it into a bit and all that jazz. But when you win, the director comes up and he's like, she chose you. You won. What do you want, the money or the girl? And I was like, I want the money. And then he goes, this is in my bit, but it's also the truth. He said, this episode's going well. You should choose the girl. It would look bad for TV. I was like, yeah, I want the money. And
how much was the money?
It was $82. And then but in my joke, I changed it to 62. I don't know why. You just do little things like that. But then in reality, he goes, I'll give you the money. Just choose the girl. You get both. And I was like, all right. So I got both. But I can't say all that on stage. So I got $82.
Did you bang her?
No, here's what also sucked. I thought that, like, everyone thinks all this shit. Like, I was like, all right, we're rapping, this day was over. I was like, all right, so what's up? When's the next episode? Like, I thought it was going to be a whole nother date, another episode, like another this or that. And they're like, oh, just go get her number. And then I got her number, and she lived so far away, and we just never saw each other again.
You're like, I'd have to pay $82 in gas.
I know.
That's my money, bitch.
We made out on the show, and she kneed me in the nuts when she jumped on top of me at the furniture store.
Oh my God, that's like what you did to me in my bedroom.
I did not knee you in the nuts.
Yeah, you did.
You don't have nuts.
Tempting my celibacy. You don't know.
I was not.
You haven't found out yet.
I didn't tempt shit. I don't know what you're talking
Someone
about.
asked me, how did I get into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? I'll tell you, I got into BJJ. I had a fucking weird, creepy kid in my fucking apartment building. He made me so fucking uncomfortable. The first time I met him, he went, I just started talking about this on stage too. He goes, nice to see you again. Motherfucker, I never met you before. That is the scariest thing to say. When you meet the person, the blood like left my face. Do you know when you meet the person who is definitely going to murder you? Like, I'm like, it's like the same as a Fairmont match. Like I was like, like I felt it, I was like, oh no.
You need a knife.
And then, I did have a knife, but it was like little, and that got me too cocky in traffic. It was like, oh really? But anyway, team cocky. But he, so he was just making me really uncomfortable. And he would wait for me, like try to memorize my schedule. Luckily, I don't have a very succinct schedule. But he would be downstairs, he was like Asperger's
Does he still
or
live
autistic.
Here?
No, it was other building. I moved. But he was always wearing he was like Asperger's-y or something was wrong with him. But he was always wearing
Did you move because of him?
No, I broke up with my boyfriend, but I was like, there's no way I'm keeping the apartment and living in this place with this fucking dude. So I let him have the apartment. But
way to go, buddy. You're so fucking creepy. You
so
literally made somebody
creepy.
move residences.
It's disgusting. But so he would be waiting downstairs for me with a leather jacket that didn't fit him right. You know how autistic kids and Asperger's kids always have a jacket that doesn't fit? His jacket didn't fit and his hair was wet. He slicked his... he wet his hair with water. I'm going on a date. He's like, I'm going on a date with her. And then he would wait for me and hover. And then one night, me and my ex were in the car and we saw him. And Kurt's like, let's just stay in the car. Because I just didn't want to get out. It was just too much. So we just stayed in the car until he left. And then in the morning we woke up and his dad parked next to me. My window was smashed in. And it was a closed parking garage. You had to live in the building to it. He smashed my fucking window in because I was with my boyfriend or whatever. And then my boyfriend was out of town on the road.
Here, take my gun.
And we were on I have a sword. And then we were on the elevator and I had all my laundry and the kid was like, oh, let me help you with your laundry. And I was like, no, I'm good. And he kept going you look really nice. And I went, no. I would always go, no. It's inappropriate the way he would talk to me. Just so weird. Didn't understand social cues. So they kept taking my laundry from me and I kept pulling it back and he kept taking it. And then he got off on my floor. And I was like, you're not supposed to be on this floor. And he goes, sometimes I get off and go on this floor. I go, that's crazy. You're not allowed on this floor. And then I had to pretend to go into someone else's door so he wouldn't know which apartment was mine.
Oh, he knew.
And I was so fucking scared of him. And then, so I learned jiu-jitsu. So I called up Tate Fletcher and then he sent me to Scott Epstein at 10th Planet and I fucking do jiu-jitsu, but I'm not good at it yet. It's fully rapeable still.
Tate is in 50 movies. It's so cool.
I know. I love
Every
Tate.
time I'm watching a movie, I'm like, hey, I know
I
that
know
guy.
him. He got me sober.
He did?
Yeah.
Awesome. He's sober?
He got me sober, yeah, and
Awesome.
back in 2009, my boy Tatey, I know him from Santa Fe, New Mexico. I've known him since I was 21. I used to wait on him. He was so annoying.
I just know him from the store.
It's so annoying when you're like a bartender and a waitress at a bar and then a bunch of AA people come in and you're like, you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers are buying sodas, you pieces of shit.
Jeez.
You're getting salads and sodas.
Do you have a Fresca? Do you have Fresca?
Yeah, they're like,
do you have a slice of lime?
Yeah, they're like, they want mocktails and shit. You're like, I'm not going to fucking do the motions of it and not get paid the fucking tip.
Can I have a Bellini with no...
Can I have a virgin daiquiri? No, bitch, you can't.
Can I have a virgin
Can
beer?
I have a virgin?
Can I have a virgin IPA? Do you have any...
Yeah, do you have a non-alcoholic beer? It's like, you can't have it. I won't give it to you. That's, by the way, such a sign you're about to relapse.
I've never had a non-alcoholic beer, and it's because I don't want to taste beer and not get fucked up. I want the real thing.
Well, good luck with the CBD flower. Because that fucking tastes just like it. Ooh, we'll smoke a CBD joint.
I don't
smoke at all anymore. No, not now. I don't have any of it now.
Okay.
Just at some point. But I also haven't been smoking. I probably shouldn't smoke at all. And I can't find my DMT vape pen. Where the fuck is that?
I didn't know that was a thing.
If you guys find a vape
Drugs
pen,
are changing.
Be careful. It's not weed.
Some DMT.
You're about to see a glitch in the matrix.
I can't find my methamphetamine vape pen. Have you? That's a
nasal
pookie.
Spray.
That's a fucking crack pipe, fool.
Right, let's see if there's any other questions here.
Yeah, get
the
the juicy
fuck out of here.
Yeah, we're at an hour almost.
Oh, we are? Okay. Then we'll do one more here.
Do you have any Fresca?
I actually don't have shit. I didn't offer you anything. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I brought my own water. I found your house. I text that greasy haired kid in the leather jacket. He knew exactly where you lived. He said,
my dad just got out of jail.
Practicing jujitsu. You're stepping on my bit.
Oh, I was reading. It's hard for me to read. I have to focus. Jiu-jitsu? Oh, I get your bit. He had really long hair.
Watch your own
He always wore a
episode.
backwards hat.
Yeah.
Here's my joke that I'm trying to do with the autistic guy thing. That I'm like trying to do jiu-jitsu to like attack him, but I'm like kind of wasting time with jiu-jitsu because he's autistic, so I can probably just throw like a phone book in front of him and be like, memorize all the A names. Or like throw like a Rubik's Cube. He's going to murder me with a sword.
Toothpicks.
Do you understand?
Toothpicks.
They love toothpicks. My dad just got out of jail and it's weirding me out. I don't know him. By the way, Craig is the best. Well, I feel like we need more information.
He's probably institutionalized, and good luck with that. Just love him and wish him well.
Yeah, you don't have to see him if you don't want to either. Boundaries. But if you do see him, just see him like go to like a lunch somewhere with a bunch of people. Yeah,
if he's making an effort, I mean, I always think you should too. It's my opinion.
You want to know your parents if you can.
Because one day they'll be dead and you'll regret not knowing them.
But also, it's like, even if they suck and they're terrible, they are your bloodline. Like, you just want to, don't you want to see like the face that kind of looks like your face or whatever? But just have your boundaries and make sure he doesn't, because I don't know what he's in for though.
What if he like stole mail and he was a good man?
All he did was steal some mail.
He stole an envelope.
And he stole it. He was trying to give money to the homeless. When did you become a fart comic? We already went through that.
I was born one.
So I would say the farts made the comic. I think he's more of a comic fart. Anyway, all right. So I took this video in a bathroom that also had a urinal in it. So someone asked, would he eat a urinal cake if you could have the ability to be invisible?
I used to pick urinal cakes out of the urinal as a child and smell them. I'm not sure if I ate them, but I probably bit one at one point, if I know myself.
I would, if I could have a superpower, I would eat the fucking shit out of a urinal cake. Who cares?
That requires a superpower? I thought we were just asking if you ever ate a urinal cake.
No, it's just, that's so funny.
I think I did as a child. I know I picked them up and smelt them. That's a fact. Whether I bit them or not. But if I had $1 million, I would bet that I bit the urinal cake.
Someone wants to know how to eat themselves out, and they say that I'm the best. It's all about hot yoga, okay? Hot yoga and the right chair.
Well, you can eat yourself out?
No, if I could eat myself out, we would not be here right now. I would be in my room eating myself out.
I said, what the fuck?
I would be. My dream death literally is like, I want to not show up to my Comedy Store sets, and then they send like a cop to see if I'm okay, and then they come in and they're like, oh my god, holy shit! It's just me like in a circle. Like, did she fucking? Human centipede herself to death? I want to die inside myself.
I thought you were just about to give up on the bit and stop.
Well, I was like doing a bit I do on stage. Sometimes I felt guilty. How would you two handle telling a place of employment that they run their business like a Nike sweatshop? Listen, Nike's great. Keep it up. I love Nike. Thank you so much for your service.
I'm not.
I would leave the job.
Yeah, I'm not a politician, but if your job involves child slavery, maybe you should leave the job. Just a thought.
What's your most embarrassing? Craig, I'm a huge damn fan. And what is your guys' most embarrassing moment from high school? And then we'll get out of here.
Wait, there was one more.
I was going to show you that.
Nice.
They're just compliments. They're just not questions. That's the only reason I was skipping over. And then there's a mean one.
Oh, that's a mean one. Thanks.
But that's not real.
Thanks, Patrick Niles, you piece of shit.
Fuck you, Patrick.
What is the most embarrassing thing that happened to me in high school? I stepped in dog shit at a party and I told my buddy not to tell anybody. Now I don't give a fuck. But you know, when you're in high school, you're like, no, I don't want to be the stinky shit kid at this, a Saturday night party. And I remember him going, Craig stepped in shit. And I tracked it all over the house. And I pretty much ruined the party because it just smelled, because it was fresh dog shit.
And now he ruins the shows with the smell of shit.
Now in hindsight, I would have been giggling.
Yeah, it's like way on brand.
Who cares? But in high school, you're just embarrassed. You're mortified. That's what popped in my head. But I'm sure there's more. I biffed it with women. Just going like, me and this girl used to hook up at parties because that's what you did.
Yeah, you'd have like your party.
You have a party,
bathroom makeouts.
but like we would like go to my buddy's parents' house that was like a family function and sneak off like into the the little kids' room with like stuffed animals to try to have sex because we were drunk 16-year-olds and that's what drunk 16-year-olds do. And then everyone's like kicking us out, like, what are you doing in there? We're like getting dressed. We're like, I don't know. That was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, you accidentally put like the little girl's dress on, like come out of Pretty Princess. Anyway, mine probably is I got picked up by this kid, like the one guy that used to drive me to school was out of town or something. So I got picked up with this kid in my neighborhood. We went to an alternative school, so it was like 30 minutes away. So this kid that was in my neighborhood picked me up and he sold weed. And he and this other kid hotboxed the car. We like fishbowled it and it got me so fucking high. Like they got me as high as we could possibly be. And I was like, you guys, I can't. I'm too high to go to school. And they were like, you have to go. And I was like, it was very embarrassing to be with the weed dealer and be too high to go to school. And they're like, all right, we'll go to Rex Avenue. Rex Avenue was a dead end. We used to smoke weed. I don't know why we would drive down to a dead end where the cops could just like
literally there's no
outlet. We'd have to run into the woods and then the cars
you'd have
still
to
there.
run past
we would
the
drive,
police.
There were other places we could be, and we
you.
would go down to Rex Ave to this dead end. And so we smoked more there. And then I was so high and they're like, you don't have to go to school. And I was like, awesome. So I got even more high. And then I was so paranoid. And then they just dropped me off at school. They made me go. And I walked in like, I'm about to because you could smoke weed, but you couldn't get caught being that high. Like, you couldn't be that high. And then I walked in, they go, it's movie day. This fucking school didn't teach me. I didn't have to read one fucking book. They go, it's movie day. I was fine.
What a good day to go to school
watch
high.
Movies.
I would always go to school high reeking after just hotboxing like a fucking blunt because you're a dumb. And then think like nobody knew. They know. They just are like, ugh, do we feel like dealing with this? We have to like fill paperwork out. Also, too, I just talked about this with Grant Cotter on my podcast, but hotboxing is the stupidest thing ever. I'm sorry. Unless you're 15, what are you doing? Don't do it. It's so dumb. Open your window. Inhaling the burnt foliage is all you need. You don't need to soak your eyelashes in it.
My mom, we all smoked weed once we were going to the movies. My dad, this was the first time we all smoked weed as a family. I was like 16 or 17. And we were going to see Vanilla Skies. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
And my mom was driving. My dad was in the passenger seat. I was in the middle. My two brothers were surrounding me. And my dad starts giggling and he has like the pipe. He stole my brother's pipe. And he's like, I brought weed. And then so he starts smoking and they roll the windows up. We're like hotboxing it, going to the theater. And my mom's going, blow it in my face, Scott. Blow it in my face. We're like so crazy. I started to get paranoid. And then I was like, how could I be paranoid? The worst thing that happens is we get arrested, and anyone I would care about knowing I got arrested would be in the cell with me.
Yeah.
It's like the end of Seinfeld where they're all arrested. It's like every character in my life would be arrested.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what anyone else thinks except my family.
The last time I got high with my father, we smoked a joint and saw the Three Stooges reboot by the Farrelly brothers.
Yeah. Was that any good?
I
It probably
loved
was.
it. We cackled. It was fantastic.
We ran into two of my parents' friends at the theater. It's like, oh, now we're going to... Everyone is the highest they've ever been in their lives.
You're
And
known as
we
the
couldn't
Hot
finish-
Box family.
But we couldn't finish our sentences. But I realized that they probably made any excuse in their head to explain why we were like that, other than they're like, they didn't think we were high.
Yeah.
This was when weed was like so illegal.
Yeah.
There was no way they were like, the whole family's high. They probably just were like, oh, they seem tired.
I've never got to experience weed being legal. My whole career, it was illegal. And even when when it first became legal, like medicinal, like there was like 4 shops. It wasn't like now or just
and it was
2
kind
years
of hard
ago.
to get.
Yeah.
I got my little Kylie. I got my card, my medical marijuana card, because I was like, oh, I want to try it while it's legal. I want to be like a stoner while it's legal. And then it was like I had a 3-foot bong. Like I went nuts.
Yeah.
Because I'm such a fucking alcoholic about everything. I was like, every time I would smoke, I go, let's get the highest we've ever been. Everyone's like, relax, bitch. I'd be like, so high. You know when you just like smoke until it doesn't affect you in any way?
Yep.
And it's like, this isn't even fun. What am I doing? I'm like,
Yep.
I have no interest in smoking weed anymore. It does not help me. It's not a fucking medicine.
I do not miss that.
Fuck
Like
that.
taking 4 bong hits of OG Kush. Hey, buddy, you're high after the first one.
Yeah.
You're already high.
high.
You don't need
But I
4
couldn't
more.
stop. I couldn't stop. I was like, smoke until there's no
I'd be like,
weed
ooh,
left.
let's put hash in it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, let's put opium in
Roll
it.
a blunt. I would get back into blunts. And then I started doing, actually, Go Bananas. I'm going to Go Bananas again. I learned this there. Go Bananas, Cincinnati, October 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. Come see me, please. It's going to be so fucking fun. It's my favorite club. But anyway, one of the people there showed me how to smoke weed out of a frozen cup. So I was like, my ex-boyfriend and I would freeze these cups, and then we would blow the smoke into it, and it'd be like filled. And I think it's called like a milkshake or something. And then drink it, and you're the highest so fast. And I'm like so burnt out, it's such a nightmare. I'll never smoke
Yeah,
again.
that's insane. Making
It doesn't help
gravity
me.
bongs.
We gotta go.
Gravity bongs in your bathtub.
We gotta go.
What? Just smoke a joint. Smoke a joint, kids. Anyways, I love you. Thank you for
Listen,
having me, Andy.
I love you. This was so fun. We'll do it again. Craig should be a favorite. Watch our podcast together. My outfit was better on the earlier one. He's gonna show you. He's gonna put a clip in the outfit.
It was.
Fuck.
It absolutely was. You fucked up.